Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky the Red Power Ranger, and you are watching Smart Tank Revolution.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Smart Tank Revolution, where we always kick out at 2. I am your host, the benevolent, intelligent Mr. Donnie Wonderful, aka Big Time Donnie, flying solo here, but offering another or the latest installment of the Essentials. On this playlist, we rank wrestlers past, present, legendary, and forgotten. And we use two criterias, which are both in the description box for you to read and absorb and know. But one of them comes from Bret Hart's book, My Real Life in the Cartoon World of Wrestling, where he takes three attributes of wrestlers and ranks them from 1 to 10. And then we have our very own called The Essentials, hence the name of the playlist and the video that you're listening to. And we also have three categories that we rank, but we do from 1 to 5, and we add the 0.25s or the 0.5s, and we have a lot of leeway in how we rank our wrestlers. As you all may be familiar with our unique rating system when we rate the matches that we watch. But this kind of teeters on both the essentials and a tangent here. Um if you've been following us on, well, we're back on Twitter. I know I just retweeted something. So yeah, please join follow us on Twitter, Spontaneous Revolution. But I posted a funny short that has Mick Foley uh in the early WWF years, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, which I probably am mistaken if I'm leading off saying it, but this should be from 1989. I don't remember who he was wrestling, but he was announced as being from Boston and Nick Foley. So Mick Foley's been on my mind a lot since then, and there's nothing but, man, just great memories of watching him over the years, especially in WCW when he was Cactus Jack. I loved all that stuff. And then a couple of years ago, Joey and I were able to interview him in Webster, Massachusetts. And I can tell you, Mick Foley he's just everything they say about him. He exudes that in his personality. He's legit a nice guy and loves to talk about wrestling. I mean, like, for especially, I mean, we were there doing fulfilling some media requirements for big time wrestling. And Foley just happened to be in town at a nearby convention at one of the Megastar cons, and just happened to drop by and was a surprise guest and came and hung out. Mr. Cena, John Cena Sr. was there. Sting was there. But Sting was I think he was advertised to be there. And Mick just happened to come by, hang out. He made an appearance for the crowd as the commissioner. Hung out in the back, talked to the boys, talked to us. He just talked to everybody. And I'm gonna have to find that interview. I don't know, nor do I remember where it was posted. If I find it, I'll leave a link in the description box. But it's been a while since we've done one of the essentials. I believe the last one I did was the 30th one that featured the Ultimate Warrior. So I decided, hey, Mick Foley, or the Mankind, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, the many faces of Foley, he's on my mind. Let's do an essentials, because this should be an interesting one. And what I mean by that, and I also want to say this too. So this is 2016. For you all that haven't met me in person, I am 6'4", about, what am I now? I want to say, let's say about 265 on a good day. A basketball player. I played football, box, so I'm able to carry it well. And then when I'm not in camp or when I'm not training, my diet is a pizza and Pop Tarts. Sue me. Hey, look, I have a Homer Simpson spirit living within my soul, and If it looks good, it tastes good, I'm trying to eat it. So you guys can take that and run with it. But I remember even then, um, Mick Foley, when I standing side by side to him, I said, "Man, this is a," and I'm pretty sure he's put on some weight after he retired and wasn't wrestling full time. But you can still get a sense of where they were in their prime. It's just something the athletes can tell. And I was like, man, this is actually he's a not a massive man like Vader or anything like that, but he's a big dude. And big dudes aren't meant to take those type of bumps. I'm sorry. It it gave a whole new perspective to some of his work for me. For instance, and we're gonna get into some of his matches, but do you all remember SummerSlam 1996, the Boiler Room Brawl? And thank God I found out that they actually filmed this 2 days. So the Boiler Room segments were filmed the day before. And then like when they came out of it, that was live. But that bump he took from the apron, where he just literally just dive and smacked uh against the unguarded floor right off the apron. Think about being 6 foot whatever he is, 200 plus, like 250 plus, just bouncing off the floor, man. It's not forgiving. It isn't. Surely grass and turf isn't for football players, so like just the hard cement. No, man. Ugh. And man, it's there's a career of that for him, man. I'm just like, man, like you've had to have some type of burning desire to really want to go through all these tables and take these chair shots and land as awkward as you landed. And God, the hell in a cell. We're not even going to get into that, but let's actually get into this essentials here. So all right, so the Bret Hart scale, the wrestler's look, rated from 1 to 10. The description of that is in the description box as noted before, but their physique, appearance, and presentation. Never had a problem with Mick's physique, his appearance, or his presentation. The beautiful thing about wrestling is that everybody doesn't need to look like Mr. Olympia. So there's a belief of, not a belief, but like it presents a realm of reality for me when you have different type of body styles within wrestling because again you don't have to be the most chiseled or cut up guy like Hulk Hogan or the Ultimate Warrior to be a good wrestler. And I think that, hey, not to say that these guys are just eating donuts all day because you need cardio to be able to do this. Trust and believe for those who haven't, who've never done any type of wrestling training, you have to be in shape. So obviously Mick Foley wasn't the walking mountain of muscle, but he was a large man. And you would, if you were to, as Joey would say, if you're in line buying bread at the store and you happen to look at this man, you can tell that, he's either a bouncer or football player or something having to do with athletics because he has the size for it. So I guess yeah, the size. So just to be fair here, I'm going to give him. I'm going to actually. I'm gonna give him a 7 here, and and not necessarily for his body, but Mick was also known to be extremely frugal. And I saw in an interview somewhere, Triple H was mentioning how he would go to the airport with a bag, with a trash bag, and like that was his luggage. And then he got out of carrying luggage by making his flannel flannel shirt and his sweatpants and his sneakers as his wrestling gear. All right, so just for that, like I had to take some points off. I mean, literally, that's just the average. Like, not even the average. Mick Foley towards the end of his career, and I don't mind this, but like he's able to come into the ring like we get out of bed. the sweatpants, or at the very least, you can go to your local Walmart and buy his ring attire. So, there's nothing special there, but at least he carried the size of a wrestler. And we all loved it too because we loved Mick. The second one is the promo ability. I never had any issues with Mick Foley's promo abilities. They were always believable, but he also wrestled in a different era where you came and you did TV, so they were highly trained for this. I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him an 8, and the reason why. All right, so for thus far, so for these two categories, I'm starting Mick Foley off with a 10, and then I'm just deducting points. I mentioned it earlier about the Boiler Room Brawl. Do you guys remember that promo when he was when he was actually in the Gund Arena Bowl? I don't know where they filmed it, but I think Todd Pettengill was interviewing him, and he ended up licking those pipes. Oh my, like I can't tell you how repulsed I was. I said, that is nasty. That is disgusting. It sold me over that he was really crazy. But then there's a giant contrast to the person that we've eventually met, that I've eventually met at least, and then like towards the end of his career when he was just a darling. Think about the promos he was cutting as Mankind, which was great, opposed to the promos he was cutting at WrestleMania 20, selling the Rock and Sock connection against Randy Orton and was it, oh man, who was it? No, it was Randy Orton against Evolution. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, um but yeah, if Mankind was manic depressive, you got that in his promos. If Dude Love was just Dude Love, you got you got that in Cactus Jack. You guys remember in WCW when he lost his memory? I'm probably gonna reference that again. But all of that was great and it was believable. It was all believable. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give him a 9. He had excellent promo ability. And you can actually tell because when we interview these guys and they're actually able to talk and be themselves, they give you more context into the character that they were portraying while they were on camera. And I always got that from him. I said, Mick, you can give him uh, any type of well, not any type of character, but well, he's had quite a few, and he was able to really project them really well. So yeah, I have to give him a 9. The in-ring work here. So, ooh, all right. Like, it's not that this is a hard one. I mean, because you have good matches with Mick. I mean, shoot, man. And that's gonna allude to some of the topics we're gonna hit on when it comes to our rating system. But yeah, man, the in-ring work, what I'll have to do specifically for Mick Foley, Mankind, Cactus Jack, Dude Love. Maybe let me think. Let's say that we're going to have to rank this one off of what he's known for. But that's not even fair to him. So your you have a unique blend because there was a lot of hardcore stuff, but it made sense. So I reference In Your House with Shawn Michaels. And that was a great match that showed that even Shawn Michaels can go to the limit and beyond that. And you have so many I can choose from. And what people don't talk about a lot is great WCW stuff. And I'm gonna allude to that later again. But great matches with Sting, great matches with Vader. His in-ring work is, I'm trying to think of a name that I can give his style because it's a hybrid, but it's not the most technical wrestling like you would get out of a Bret Hart, but it's also like not the most extreme stuff that like New Jack was doing. So I'll give him an 8. Just I think that that's safe, and I think it can be argued that you can give him a 9 and stand on that because it was a lot. There was a lot of psychological um things being done within Mick's work that I think that he doesn't get enough credit for, or they don't speak of enough. And then you can those damn thumbtacks, and you got that stuff too. But I'm content with that. I'm content with those scores for the Bret Hart rating system. So let's move on to ours and wrap this up. All right. So three categories: innovative effectiveness, ability to work as a baby face or a heel. Does anyone have a problem with Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, Mankind, Dude Love as a baby face or a heel? The answer is no. And I think there's enough evidences in those characters working both as a baby face and a heel for us to give him an undisputed rank of 5. I challenge you. Come on. Hit me up in the comments. All right, so the classic matches and the classic rivalries, you can really, man, there's so many of them. You can reel off a slew of them. I mentioned classic matches, the In Your House with Shawn Michaels. I'm thinking of, gosh, man, the stuff that he was doing with Edge. WrestleMania 22. Come on, y'all. Oh, Randy Orton. I don't remember what if it, I had to be Backlash. I remember it was 2004. Randy Orton. You guys remember the fuse that he had with Triple H? Man, come on now. Come on. Come on, you all. And I mean, shoot. Undertaker? No. 5. That's that's really easy. Defining and redefining moments. Um, I think it was like one of the defining moments that I enjoyed watching in real time, and I still actually enjoy watching it to this day. Thank God for YouTube. Is Mick Foley winning the title, being hoisted on the shoulders. That was fun. That was that was oh man, that was some good watching. That was some good living back then. And you had to be there. Man, how about one of the most highest rated segments in WWF/E Raw history? This is your life. Come on, man. Like Mick Foley gets a 5 here because they're defining moments both in the ring as a performer and in the promo sector. So, and there's way too many to name. I challenge you, our faithful listeners, to you all reel off some of his best defining and redefining moments. I'll let you guys defend me and defend this perfect score that I've given him. So, yes, he's got 5, 5, and 5 all across the board for the Smart Tank Revolution's rating system. And, you know, I can stand on that. So, yeah, just wanted to plug this mic in, talk a little bit about Mick Foley. Hope you all enjoyed. Hope you all enjoyed this playlist. Engage with us in the comments, and we'll make sure to keep these videos coming. And thank you to all our new subscribers. And pay attention to the Smart Tank Revolution because we're really going to be blasting content. We have Wembley coming up, which I'm excited about. Uh, Survivor Series coming up. You know, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Take care.